Well, hello. I am Northern Moose, and we are going to look at a city called Boulderdash in cities Skylines. So come along and let's have a look at the city of Boulderdash. It's a city of over 130,000 citizens. It is no perfect city by any stretch of the imagination. There are much more beautiful cities made by other cities, skylines, enthusiasts. However, this is a pretty cool city, and there are some problems with it, and we do need to fix it. But any event, we're going to give you a little bit of a tour and give you a sense for what this city is all about. All right, so let's get out of the cinematic camera and we'll have a quick peek at the various parts of Boulderdash. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we'll give you a bit of a bird's eye view of a portion of Boulderdash. And this is one of the suburbs near one of the great mountains in the area. And I probably want to develop that mountain eventually. Um, so anyway, so here is a number of districts and a small international airport. I'd like to do a more fancy one, but I decided to use one of the ones that were already created. And this one was an easy one to plop down because I wanted to get a metro line to the airport and to the other various parts of the city. So, so here we go. This is the one of the areas here, and we'll just do a little. We'll look around here. We can see them with the edge of the map here. Okay, so it's a fairly large city geographically. I'm having some trouble with earning money, but it's not too bad right now. But I should be able to earn 20 close to 20,000. But that's okay. I've got 8 million balance, so I did pretty good up until recently. So let's see where things are. Okay, so we have got a a standard grid type district right here called the Myrtle District, and that's the one that's very close to the international airport. Uh, the Myrtle District was here before the airport was. This was the only suitable location I could find where the land didn't slope too badly and I didn't have to do any landscaping. I could have done some landscaping elsewhere, but this was a pretty good place. Oh my goodness, I've got a fire. Look at that. Look at that. We got a fire. Well, let's have a look and see and make sure the helicopters are doing their job. We'll just have a quick peek and see. All right. There. Okay. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll follow the helicopter. Ah, I lost it. Oh, well, it's a good thing I've got a fire tower nearby. But do I have a fire department? That's a good question. I don't think I have a fire department nearby. Maybe over here. Somewhere over here. I can't remember. I know I didn't put a fire department close to the airport. So let's see. Let's see what I've got handy. Let's see what I've got for fire coverage. Oh, 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 oh. What have I got here? I got the fire tower, the watchtower, but I've got no fire stations nearby. Ay, yikes! Yikes! Ah, oh my goodness! I am going to have to fix that. And I probably should put a fire station right near the airport. Yeah, yeah. What do you think? I think so, but my God, I'm not making much money here. Look at this. Look at this. It's just horrible. But this is even worse. The gas station, the gas station almost burnt down. The Shell store, and then the Shell gas pumps. Oh, that's very dangerous. That's very dangerous. So I think good thing for this thing. This was keeping a lookout, but probably not looking out for a gas station fire. Probably just looking out for forest fires. Oh my goodness. But at least there was a forest nearby. Okay. All right. Well, let's get a firehouse nearby. Let's see, what else can we put there? A fire helicopter? No. I think what we'll do is, yeah, we'll put a firehouse. We'll plop a firehouse right here. It's close by. This is a two-way street, so that's fine. I think we'll do. It'll do just fine to be there. And let's make sure it's connected to water. It should be. Yeah. How about power? Yeah, no problem there. So we're good as far as the fire coverage for the airport is concerned. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh. Okay. So, well, let's tour a little bit more of the city here. So we have we'll get a bit of more of a bird's eye view, I think, first. So so we've got sort of the high density area over here. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Um, the city started out here with the industrial area and a small roundabout, which I had to quickly change to a larger one because of the traffic. And these were the initial residential areas. So very actually, I like them. They're not your standard grid residential areas. And so I kept expanding here. I had a main road here. Let's have so a main road here, and another main artery here. Good connections to the highway, and if there was industrial traffic, I didn't want the industrial traffic going through the main parts of the city unless they were delivering items from the industrial area. So I made sure that there was easy access to this industrial area from the highways, which is, I think, what most people would do. But I wanted them to avoid driving through the city if that was possible. So then we sort of expanded this way into more high density areas, and here we've got a what is that, science center. There we've got the high interest tower. What is that? The high interest tower. Why don't these things? I don't like it that I can't move this window. Whoops. I want to be able to move this window, but I can't. Have to move the screen to move the window. If anybody knows how to move these windows without having to scroll the screen over, I'd love to know that. All right, so as we continue on, so we got the science center there. We've got a nice, great big tennis court. This is a mod, or this is a user-created tennis court. I really like it. I really like this. It's a really nice layout, lots of tennis courts, and so that's really good. And there's ample parking. I use the parking roads as my main parking uh, creator. I really like it. It's easy to use. There's a good tutorial on how to use the parking roads by what's his name? Oh, for God's sake, I forgot his name. I'll come to it later. he's he's from Australia. He's a great. He's got great cities. He's got great cities. He really does. I got lots of cemeteries, but I'm probably gonna get rid of them eventually. I have crematoriums as well because I always have to keep emptying these. So many people die in my city. I don't know why. It's a beautiful city. It's a very green city without sort of making it green because there's just sort of lots of green space between the streets. I have pretty good traffic flow throughout the city. It's around 70%. I'd like to increase that to about 80%, but 70% is fine. I've seen worse. I have one main roundabout in the middle of the high density area. Now, this one, it may look like it's jammed up. It does get jammed up every so often, but it gets relieved by by a set of traffic lights that are synchronized with a set of traffic lights here. So let's just have a look and see how that works, because I don't have traffic lights I don't like them in traffic circles, but in this particular one, because it was so close to another intersection, I had to time the two together so that it could make room. So as you can see, it clears out pretty good. But what happens is that it jams up. It starts to get jammed up around here. So you have to start making room for it. And I do that by sort of syncing the two lights here. So as you can see, we want to keep both those areas clear. And it seems to work pretty good. So let's have a look and see how that works. So we've got, so we've got right turn here. Some of them sneak through straight ahead. And then we've got, so there's straight through traffic going through here. And then after a while in state 2, we allow the left turn traffic to clear this area out. And then we allow this area to go straight. And that keeps the traffic circle from getting all jammed up. Now, what I don't, I am cheating a little bit. Maybe I don't have to anymore. But what I don't, there's a setting in Traffic Manager, which is a godsend. There is an option in I'm looking for the here we go. So Traffic Manager. So there's a setting in here that I don't use. Let's see. So I did not disable despawning, and the reason is I found that it clogged up my traffic so bad that it wasn't moving, especially when I have one of those death waves, and I think I'm having one right now, a minor death wave. As you can see, I've got a number of people leaving or dying, and then this part here gets all clogged up. Now it might be a bit better now that I've got 70% traffic. I had like 61 or 62% before, and so So I might change that setting a little bit at another time. I don't know. So yeah, so lots of high density residential and commercial here. Another cemetery over here, doing pretty good. I've got the main train station over here, right in the center of the city. It splits off the main track, and it just services the inner city. There are no other train stations in the city, so this is it. This is it for a train, quote unquote, train station. Um, but I do have a metro. I have a number of metro lines, below ground and above ground, and I'll show them to you later. We might even actually take a ride on one. Take a ride on the reading. Yeah. Okay. So lots of freeways here, but they don't look as fancy or as nice as I have seen in other cities. I'm just I don't have that finesse in design that I see others use. I'm not a perfectionist, and I probably should be. So, but anyway, when I see something I don't like, I'll usually fix it. But again, they're not perfect, but they work well. They function very, very well. We don't see any backed up traffic. We see steady traffic, but as very little of it gets backed up anywhere. We have waves of traffic, but they all get cleared up. Here's an example of where not this one, but here where is it? Here, this one. Here's an example of the traffic that does get backed up quite a bit, but it does get cleared out through the left turn. And I have relieved some of the traffic by creating these right turn lanes, so they don't have to turn right on the intersection. But this one is getting really bad because I have developed that subdivision over there, and so there's a lot more traffic coming from this road, and this is the only road. This is the only highway coming back from this subdivision or this area back into the main part of the city. This is a one-way highway that is intended to take some of the pressure off of these one-way freeways, and because we know many of them are going across the river, and a good chunk of them are going across here and over to the park. And so as you can see there's a lot of traffic going down there, and the majority, they're going straight ahead. But all of that traffic has to then come back, including some of the traffic from here. So really, it's almost like double the traffic trying to come back. So I don't know. I think it's fine, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to do something about it. I may have to create another bridge across, just to relieve some of the congestion here. Okay, so let's see what else. What else can we look at? Okay, so we've got the park. Here's the park. It's not a 4-star park yet. I'm still. I still have to. I've got a lot of visitors, but my entertainment needs to improve. But my God, I can't afford it anymore. I'm already just barely scraping by with the revenue that I'm making. And what am I charging? I'm charging already $19 or whatever that's called, 19 whatever. and I'm a dollar guy, so that's what I use. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do to increase my revenue. Um, my taxes are already probably as high as I want to go, 11%. But I think you can go as high as 14% without. I think that's what the residents will tolerate. So I may have to increase my tax rate to 14%. Let's have a look at God's country over here. So this is God's country. That's the big Cathedral of Plenitude. Let's see how many visitors I've had on here. Oh, not too many. You know, I don't have a I don't have a bus or anything going there, so I probably should create a bus line or something going there. So, but all of this, I had some problems with this intersection, but I think most of it is dealt with. It does get backed up in waves, but it clears out with every traffic light cycle. Everything gets cleared. So I think we're good there. This is working out very, very, very well. But so now it's just a matter of beautifying the city and really making the roads look nicer, making the areas look nicer. I think these residential areas are looking pretty good because they're not grid based. I've got a residential area right around the lake. There's no commercial development facing the lake that I'm aware of. There might be a small little development right here, I think. But that's no. I think I've given most of the lake to the residents, and if you're some commercial guy that wants to exploit this lake, you might be SOL. So here I want to do something with this area here, but I'm not sure what yet. Okay, so some forest protection, and here's a freeway. I'll take you from this end of the city all around the outside, and then you take your pick. Where do you want to go? The highway or my way? Yeah, okay. And man, I had problems with this one too at one time. It was getting all clogged up, but that's because my exits were all one laners, and it was just like not enough lanes for these vehicles to travel in. This one was causing me a problem here. This was all getting clogged up and backed up, so I had to create another artery to free up some of the traffic, do some lane control, and I think this is working out very, very well. Let's have a look at some of the lane control that I've had to do. Again, this traffic manager is a godsend. So let's have a look here. Let's see here. We've got, so I've got some specific lane control here, and that has helped to ensure that the traffic merges appropriately. We don't have people changing lanes when they shouldn't. And so that seems to be working out very well. So this traffic manager, this really is a godsend for sure. It's a mod I just love. It works very, very well. It doesn't solve all of the problems, but it certainly, I think, solves about 80 to 90%, maybe even a little bit higher, of all of the problems. Now here we're starting to see some traffic getting backed up here. But again, this will clear out every so often with the traffic light. So here we go. So now these guys are moving, which will allow these guys to move, which will allow this line to move eventually. And then what'll happen is eventually the straight ahead traffic, once they start moving, then the rest of this traffic circle will get cleared out. But this is precisely the reason why I am concerned about disabling the despawning of vehicles. I disabled it once, and my city came to a standstill. It was horrible. It was just horrible. But I may try it one more time and see how it works. So, City Hall. Where is City Hall? City Hall is right over here. Park on the one side and a tennis court on the other, and parking on either side, and lots of green space. I think it's a nice area. Um, don't want to overdo it too much, but I think I could probably put some more trees down. I think that's not a bad idea to do that. But uh, it looks clean. It looks clean, and you can breathe. And so here's another parking lot here where I use the parking roads mod. I love that mod. It's very easy to use. And there's a department store. I think that's no, shopping center. So that's what that is. That's a lot of money per week. Why do I have to upkeep it? Like, I don't understand why I have to keep that up. Why not the business that's running it? You know, I'm not making any money off of this. Yeah, yeah. Ah, there's a little low density residential area that I plopped in here. You know, I'm guilty of just plopping things down. I'm guilty. But after a while, I say, well, that's not a bad idea. It actually worked out very well. All right, so let's see. Let's see what else we have in store here. We've got here's the other industrial area. So this is the second industrial area that I created. In fact, actually, this was the area that I created first. Then went across the highway and continued the industrial area. I like the traffic circles. They work out very well. I've got some oil development over here. So I've got a couple of oil wells running. You can hardly see them from here, but they are right here. And what's going on here? What is going on here? Not enough buyers. Ah, not enough buyers. That's interesting. But this bubble just burst. So not enough buyers. So that's interesting. So too much product, not enough buyers. I've got a train station here picking up whatever they can in terms of oil. So I don't know. I'm not sure what else to do here to increase the demand for oil. Maybe there's something I can do here locally, but I don't know. Um, is there? I guess my question would be, is can you zone an industrial section and make it specialize in oil? Like, could I take one of these buildings and 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 make them specialize in oil? I don't think there's a way to do that. But and then when I have tried to create, when I've tried to put, well, let's just do one of these things here. So if I do that, but I have no industrial demand, none, because there's not enough workers. I don't have enough workers, and that's my biggest problem. Is, and I haven't had enough workers in ages, and so I have all these industrial areas that don't have enough workers, and I've got like education all over the place. And really, I just don't know what to do to solve the problem, and that's a problem I've got everywhere. Oh yeah, okay. What the heck happened here? It burned down. Okay, well, I guess you're gone. You're toast. What happened to the fire department? I'm constantly paying. I pay for services, and they're deficient. So this area here, not a well planned area for sure. I just wanted some more area to build to zone for residential, and of course I've got a high demand for residential areas. So here I am, and that's where probably all these workers that they're crying for. That's going to come from, is the additional residences. But I'm running out of sort of fancy ideas on development. Maybe I could build some houses here on a mountaintop and create a little village, a mountain village. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe build a residential area around here, and it can connect to the residential area, and then maybe by freeway connect to the rest of the city. Maybe also connected by a metro line. I don't know. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the metro lines that I've got. We've got the first one here that connects the main bus depot to the airport. So we'll just wait until we'll grab the next train that leaves the depot, and we'll go for a little subway ride. So let's see, is there one coming? There should be one coming fairly soon. There it is. So we'll just take a little ride here for a bit. And so here we are at the airport stop. Well, we only got 19 passengers, so that's a cheap. That's not going to make me much money, but that's the way it goes. So here we go. And this will take us underground. We'll go turn into the underground metro. Yeah. Some very fancy work done here. Yeah, so this is it. This is the the airport line. I call it Airporter 1, but it is the only line that goes directly to the airport. We have some feeder line. You'll see a feeder line from the left here, and that feeds the station. So anybody going to the airport has to come to the station that we just stopped at in order to get to the airport. So I do have some other metro lines. Let's see if we can't hop on board another one and just see what the metro looks like underground, because that is kind of cool. It took me a while to figure out how to get a view of the underground metro, but I did figure that out eventually. It was a bit. Let's see, I want to grab a one that's fairly lengthy. Okay, so that's this one. That's going to be this one here. That's going to be. We'll grab this train here. Whoops. Okay, so then we'll go above ground. There we go. So we're at the, this is called the Stadium Science Center line. All right, so here we go. We're on our way to, the next stop should be the stadium. And after the stadium, I believe it's the Science Center. The only thing I wish it would do in this screen is tell me what station I'm at. But maybe there's another mod that will actually do that, or maybe I have to do some work on the video and display it at the bottom of the screen. Maybe I can do that in the next video. Okay, so here we are at the stadium, and we got 124 passengers, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And our next stop will be the Science Center. Then there's two more stops after that. And again, I'm using the Metro, overhaul mod. So the MOM, and it took me a while to figure out how to spawn a Metro a car, and I realized I had to get that Metropolitan Metro Depot. And yeah, it took me a while. I figured, what is going on here? But no, that's it's now working very, very well. And this is this is the Aspen Heights stop. And then there's one more stop after this one. No, I guess there's not. Okay, so that's it. No more stops after this one. What the heck? I'm getting my lines confused. All right. So I got 58 on here. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. All right. Okay, so I think, so we got that one. And I think that worked out pretty good. So I think there was the, so the one we were on, let's see. Oh, yeah. So this is the one we were on, Aspen Heights. Okay, so there's another line. Okay, so this is the line I was thinking of. So there's a line here. It's got 1, 2, 3 stops. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. So yeah, I mean, this all looks the same after a while. So hopefully you're not too bored with the view of the subway, but it's kind of cool that that you can actually have this view, and it's pretty well done. I have to say, the graphics are pretty good. Yeah. So then we go into the residential, primarily a residential area. And this should be the final stop going this way. Yeah. And we'll probably have about 25, 20. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's enough of that, I think. All right. So that's this city in a nutshell. And I will actually post another video probably within the week, because I want to make some progress on this. I want to increase my revenue. But I think I just had a death wave, so that's probably why my revenue stream has gone down. Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is Northern Moose. Goodbye, everybody.